Oops, that's not what I wanted to share. All right. Hopefully you guys can see this. Put in slideshow. Okay. So week 8 of 12, and we are, if you are doing the tracker, it's the 8th tracker is due today. Hopefully most of you guys are trying to do it. I think that it just keeps you accountable and really helps just carry on what you've learned each week. So this evening, we're going to discuss the success that you guys had with last week's action steps. We're going to discuss strategies to manage calories for social events and holidays. As we know, we have a lot of those coming up, so it's nice to talk about them in advance and have a game plan for those. And then we'll assign this week's action steps. And then I'll introduce next week's topic and next week's Go Healthy Tracker. Any questions that you guys have, feel free to take yourself off of mute at any time or put anything in the chat. So last week, you guys learned about weekend dining or weekends in general and dining out in restaurants. Tell me about it. Did you guys apply strategies to manage your calories? Did you take even one little tip and try it? Let's have an open discussion and see if anybody did use some of the strategies. Anybody?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
My link is not working. I had to dial in because it won't let me. I'm hitting join now and nothing's happening.
Oh, sorry. Can you at least hear? Okay.
I can hear, but I wish I could. Can somebody resend me the link?
See. Who am I speaking to?
This is Pam Logan, PammyCook76@yahoo.com.
1 second. Let me see if I can. Okay, what is your email again?
Pammy Cooks, PammyCooks 76@yahoo.com.
Okay, sending on over.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Okay. So now we'll open it up to discussion on last week's. Who had any success with dining out?
I went out to eat and ate. I had a salad and I ate no dressing on it, mindfully cutting those calories.
Okay. Okay. And how did it feel? Were you missing out on anything?
No, I wasn't at all.
Okay. Wonderful. And then I
Felt
see the
good about it.
chat. Let's see. Ted says I attended one event and decided to eat one little thing and called it enough. Okay. And you were fine, right? Am I correct in assuming that? Anybody else?
I got my food and cut it in half right away and put half in a to-go box and brought it home.
That's a favorite of mine to do. Yes, love that. Catherine said they eat a lot of salads from Chick-fil-A. Okay. Did you used to eat something different at Chick-fil-A and then you switched to salads? Oh, with grilled chicken. Good. You got your protein on there. Fast food can sometimes be okay. I mean, you just have to make the right decisions with it. Okay, no dressing on, okay, with the chicken. Okay, that sounds good. Anybody else have any different strategies that they used for just over the weekend that you did different? Sometimes people think over the, course of the week, they're pretty regimented, routine. And then sometimes the weekends come and it's everything breaks loose. See, Catherine's typing. I ate some cake today, small piece though. Okay. Was it a special occasion? Because that's, I always say, don't never give up a special occasion. And, maybe it's a smaller piece than you normally would have. Anybody else have any weekend tips? Oh, Jim's birthday. Okay. So it was a special occasion. Pam, were you trying to say something?
Oh, I got into the meeting, so
Okay.
I turned my phone off.
Good, good. All right, we're going to go back to the slide deck. Okay, so this week's topic I would like to spend a little bit more time on is social events and holidays. As you know, we have Halloween coming up this month. We have Thanksgiving the next month. We have Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa coming up in uh, December, and then of course New Year's Eve. That's a lot. So it's always good to plan ahead. What if anything, could you think of anything that could sabotage your success in you managing your calories during social events and holidays? Just tell me what you think would really hurt you that you've had experience with in the past. Buffet tables. Yes, that's a good one. Pies. Yep, especially on Thanksgiving. Yes. Can anyone think of a high caloric drink that may hurt? Most everything with alcohol. Eggnog, yes. Yep,
Most
that's
everything is carbs.
yeah, it's either sweet or carbs or combination. Bloody Marys, okay. A lot of people think it's healthy to have Bloody Marys because they stick the celery in and it's tomato juice, but you could probably have that without the alcohol or just limit yourself to one. Any other foods? Just one. Any other foods you think that would really hinder you? Bread. Mm-hmm. So like around the Thanksgiving Day table, you have the stuffing, you have the mashed potatoes, the sweet potatoes. Um, yep, cornbread dressing. Mhm. So, and a lot of people with sweet potatoes, they make it with marshmallows on there. It's a double whammy. It's good, but boiled custard way better than eggnog. I'm getting hungry. Okay, well, turducken. I've never had that. I've heard about it though. Um, all right, so let's get back so we don't make you too hungry. Hopefully you've all had your dinner already. Um, let's go back. As far as managing calories for social events and holidays, I'm gonna pop this on the screen. I'm gonna share some tips with you guys. And then we can also send this list to you. Okay. So of course we got to plan ahead for each of the upcoming holidays. So if you feel for Halloween that you know that you have a sweet tooth, definitely buy candy that you don't like. I know you've heard that before, but how hard is it to actually do that? Try not to overbuy and have a lot of leftovers. Keeping up with your physical activity is great now that it's not super hot out. Um, just making sure that you're really active around all of these holidays. You're not going to be able to outrun a bad diet, but it will help. Even an after lunch or an after dinner walk for about 20 minutes is going to really help bring your insulin levels down, so that you're not gaining the weight, you're not increasing your A1C, your glucose. We see an uptick in diabetes after the holidays, especially if you're pre-diabetic. So really, physical activity is key. A walk is just fine. Don't skip meals to save calories. Eat smaller meals with fewer calories, veggies, fruit. You never want to arrive to an event hungry. Have a mini snack before you go, filled with protein and maybe some fat, like some avocados, um, or or drink a whole glass of water. Even 2 glasses will help fill you up. If it's a potluck, if you're asked to bring something, definitely stick to what you can eat. This is a time where you can be selfish. Bring a veggie or fruit tray, make a fruit dessert, or if you want to make a holiday dish healthier, you can always go to the American Heart Association's Healthy Holiday Eating Guide. It's a great resource that you can look up different recipes and just kind of hack the more popular ones, but to make it healthy. I think a lot of people that you're bringing it for would appreciate it. Make foods festive by cutting them into interesting shapes. If you go on Pinterest, you can find a lot of ideas, or Instagram. You can, I know maybe when your children were little, you used to try to make shapes, with your cheese sandwiches or anything you could to get them to eat something. And it kind of serves well for adults too. So making them into interesting patterns or shapes, or if you're making a charcuterie board, make it in the shape of a Christmas tree or a pumpkin. You can do that. Um, at the event, don't just take your plate and start at the beginning of the line. Um, Survey it and see kind of what you're thinking about getting, so you're not going to be loading your plate up. I usually pick like the one thing first that I know I can't live without. That's my number one, and then go and see what else. But try not to like go back to the table multiple times. Um, when serving your plate, fill up the plate with veggies and fruit and eat them first. And then apply the My Plate Food Guide strategy that Patrick discussed with you. So you want to actually eat your veggies and your protein first before you eat your carbs. That will help to not have a huge insulin spike. And plus you get full, and it's healthier to do veggies and protein before carbs anyway. Be mindful of your portion sizes. I'm not forbidding you to eat a piece of pumpkin pie, but just make it a small portion. Try using a smaller plate instead of a dinner plate. It really helps your psyche. It makes you, really think about what you're putting on that plate. I don't think I really need to go over this one. I'm sure everyone's going to be polite when turning down food from the host. I think that's kind of a funny one. Eat slowly and mindfully. It takes your body about 20 minutes to realize that you're full. So like if you already have your plate and you are kind of like, gosh, I'm still hungry, wait that 20 minutes, then drink a glass of water. And if you're still full after another few minutes, then go up obviously and get some more, but trying to fill it with proteins and veggies. Eat slowly. Um, I think you want to kind of appreciate how it tastes. If you're just gulping down the food, you're not going to savor it. Oh, I just said this, make one trip. If you choose to eat treats, do so in small portions. If anybody's ever been to Seasons 52, I never can turn down one of those dessert shooters. They're like the perfect amount. Drink the calorie-free beverages. Don't load up on like things that you can have, you know, all the time. Just kind of if the holidays, Thanksgiving, and you're more into the food, just drink water. Just try not to load up on the high calorie beverages. Try not to stay in the kitchen. um, sitting close to the food table because that is just tempting. I know a lot of the gathering spots are in the kitchen around the island. Just trying to back away a little bit and see if you can bring the party in the living room. Let family and friends take the leftovers if you're hosting. Um, if not, portion it out and freeze some. And then, just, holidays aren't all about food, believe it or not. It can be socializing. Maybe you do a board game, you watch football, it doesn't have to be all about the food. Just really trying to spend time with the ones you love. Okay, I'm gonna stop presenting. So, did I miss anything on the list that you guys think that we should add? Anything that you've kind of implemented or want to implement, or anything even from this list that you're like, oh, wow, I can do that. Dancing is, yep, that's walking or dancing, anything active is great. That's definitely going to help reduce that insulin. hmm Actually, in grad school, my thesis is on if an after dinner walk really helps decrease your A1C and glucose and your levels. And I would make people eat and then put them on a treadmill and then take their blood every so often, like every 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, and 120 minutes. And at that 90-minute mark, you could see after someone did a 20-minute walk on a treadmill, it really decreased. And so that saying is true. An after dinner walk really does help. Drinking water is a great idea. Yep. Drinking water. And you can flavor your water, put lemons, put, any fruit inside of it. That's totally fine. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint. So what I want you guys to think about is a plan for each of the holidays that you're going to be going to or hosting, and formulate a plan to manage your calories for these social events. And of course, continue to apply all the fundamentals every day. So Patrick wants you guys, if you like, if you would like to do your Go Healthy tracker. Okay, I think, oh, next week's topic, I missed this slide. Next week's topic is motivation and momentum. And you can find it in the week 8 in the program booklet. I'm going to stop sharing. And I want to give you just two of my tips that I generally use when I'm dining out. I forgot to mention it earlier. If I'm going to a Mexican restaurant where there's chips and salsa or chips and guacamole, definitely load up on the guacamole and salsa, but ask to see if they have anything like radishes or cucumbers to dip into the veggies or into the guacamole dip. instead of the chips. It still has the same crunch, but you're going to save a lot of calories. So that's my first tip. And then I'm sure Patrick might, probably went over this but when you're at a restaurant, just trying to send the bread away before it even gets to you, because that is just tempting. So if you can do that, if you're not with other people, that would be great. Or, if people are having the bread, see if you can get your salad right away. And don't be afraid to modify when you are at a restaurant. I get made fun of all the time for saying, "Can I have this without this?" And, just kind of wanting it, uh, how I want it. So, any questions so far? Any holiday tips or tricks that I mentioned that you'd never heard of that you might consider? I think you guys are just dreaming of the holidays. Someone's typing, sitting far away from the food. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's a good one. Oh, somebody has a little note taker. That's cool. Never done that before. I could have used that in college. Sending the leftovers with guests. Yes. Even before, when you host, go to Costco and get those takeaway boxes, or meal prep cases in bulk, and that way you have it ready. That way you don't care if you get your Tupperware back. Well, I guess hopefully you guys are doing well. Does anyone want to share just overall success they've had with me? Just because I'm not your original teacher, but I would love to hear any success stories you've had in the last 8 weeks. And then if you guys let me know a few, then I'll let you go and spend the rest of your evening. I just want to hear, because sometimes when you say your successes out loud or via text or messenger, kind of comes to life and it's real. Okay, you're happy with your success, but you still have a way to go. Well, this is a journey. Even though the class is 12 weeks, it's more of a class to set you up for success for the rest of your life. This is not a diet. This is just lifestyle and just tweaking some things that you may or may not know you need to do. Started great and have hit a wall. Okay. Um, is it with nutrition, exercise, sleep, water intake? Can you pinpoint it, Jim? And then Ted says, just having a focus on eating healthy has been great. It's a good reminder. I like how this class is on Monday. It kind of just sets your mindset for the rest of the week. Oh, water. Okay. If you can have your phone set with alarms to remind you to drink, that helps. Lately, water intake was easier in the summer, but lately it's been hard. Okay. Maybe you need to do something different with the water, put some lemons in it, maybe make it like a spa water. Um, put some strawberries in there. Make your water fancy. I was just at a spa over the weekend. They had cucumber water. They had, all sorts of fruit. And I was like, this is refreshing. So mix up your water. You don't always have to have boring plain water. I mean, I wouldn't put like lots of additives or use Crystal Light or anything. Don't do that, but just natural. Drinking water has really helped in smaller portions. Okay, good. Jim is typing. A nicer glass maybe. Yes, you can even take a wine glass and be fancy and drink your water. Very good. Or you know what? Sometimes you could put your glass in the freezer and so it's nice and cold when you get it and put some water in there. Mix it up. Well, y'all have been great tonight. I really appreciate you chiming in the chat and being here tonight. It's a pleasure to be here and teach you, and I hope you enjoy the next 4 weeks. And then don't forget, we're going to be coming at the end and doing your in-body testing again if you want it, just to kind of see if you've had success with losing body fat percentage, because you really can't tell that from just stepping on your scale. So I hope you all have a good evening, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.